Welcome back to Houston Life. The countdown is on to the first Texans preseason game. It's this Saturday, okay? And as much as we love the game, we love football, we really love some good game day eats.
Pro tailgater right here, okay? So this season, NRG Stadium is expanding its local restaurant lineup and adding a restaurant from a guy who used to tailgate in the NRG parking lot as a teenager. We love a full circle moment here at Houston Life. Joining us with more on the new edition, award-winning chef and host of Eat Like a Local, Chris Shepard. He is not the chef opening the restaurant. It is Chef Nasr of Craft Pita. Rafi, Chris, welcome back to the show. This is really incredible. And when you were a young teen tailgating, Rafi, in the parking lot of NRG, did you ever imagine that one day you would have your own spot inside the stadium?
Definitely something I wish would happen. I never thought it would happen, manifesting it. I used to smoke ribs in a single smoker. I could fit maybe 2 racks in them. And now we're about to be serving Craft Pita inside the stadium. It's really cool.
Oh my gosh, it's really cool. Chris, I mean, how do you feel about this?
I mean, that's how I started. Because, I mean, I had restaurants, but I was a fan out in the parking lot tailgating, and I was like, I just want to be in there one day. And so I made the things happen to make that happen. And, you know, and to see that happen with Rafi is really awesome, too. I didn't really know that story. So I know how big of a fan he is, and I was like, that kind of makes sense. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's a great story, but it's also a great menu. And for anyone who goes to the stadium, not necessarily if they're like on a diet particularly, but if someone is looking for just a delicious, healthy meal, historically, stadiums are not really known as the spot to go, right? So how is this a game changer for people coming to the stadium, Rafi?
Definitely. So we're going to be serving a menu of chicken kebabs and gyros. You're either going to be able to get it in a pita or in a rice bowl. We're also going to have our hummus, great healthy option, for example. Not too heavy while you're drinking that beer. You can still have a nice, Michelob Ultra while you're watching the game. And we're also going to have our Mediterranean nachos, a little spin on some classic Texas nachos.
Oh, we cannot wait. And you're going to demo some of this great food for us. But I just want to kind of bring it back because you've had such an interesting past several years. In 2018, you actually won Tailgater of the Year. That's a title that NRG gives out. So that was huge. Tell me about that.
Very cool. So every game, they pick a tailgater of the game. And then on the last home game of the year, they have a big competition outside of the stadium. And in 2018, I got my Texan chef hat and served some fajitas. We're always tailgating in the yellow lot, the Be Young Tailgaters, and was lucky enough to win that year. It was pretty cool.
It's pretty awesome.
I'm gonna judge that.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you did. Really?
I judged it like 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I think you came into our tent, and you have to do a shot or a drink.
Yep.
You have to do.
I judge that.
You have to offer a dish, and then you're also judged on rowdiness, like fandom.
Atmosphere.
Yeah,
of course.
So I did judge that in 19, or 18 and 19.
7 years later.
Amazing.
Well, Chris, since you bring that up, you are known.
I saw that photo. I was like,
You
wait
are
a minute.
known as the go-to guy when it comes to great food
Yeah,
and great
I
restaurants in Houston. Eat Like a Local. Watch it weekends right here on KPRC2. So what stands out to you when you visit a spot like Craft Pita? What is jumping out to you, and why is this a win for Houstonians?
Well, I think you can say the words healthy, but I also don't think it needs to. We don't need to have that conversation all the time about it being healthy, right? Absolutely. It's just delicious and it's fulfilling and it's like it's satiating. It's delicious, right? And you can throw that in there. Yeah, it is healthy. But if you want to go right next door where you'll be and get Truth Barbecue, you can do that, or you can go to Hugo's, or you can just go down the list of all of the local restaurants. And I think at NRG Stadium they've really done a push to put in local restaurants. They've been doing that for years now, and it's just accelerating. And the amount of local businesses that are serving food inside of the stadium, it makes it, to me, so regionally one of the best stadiums to be at, to eat at, and even down to all over in every level, there's something locally driven in there, and it's you don't have to just search it out on the club level, search it out in section 1 or whatever. It's all over, it's in your face, and it's really a commitment to the local community that they are doing.
That's what we want too, as people who go to the games to eat, to drink. I mean, we want to see the restaurants we're familiar with. I want a Texans fan serving my food when I'm at a Texans game. Rafi, your mom's here. She's always behind the scenes.
Always.
Claudia, she is so proud of you. She says she thought your dreams were coming true when you were part of HEB's tailgating award. And it
pretty
just
awesome,
keeps,
too.
I mean, the goals just keep on, the bar keeps getting raised for you. How do you feel that you're going to be among these great rates restaurants. Hi, Mom, by
Hi,
the
Claudia.
way.
You're on TV. Surprise. We love Claudia. One of our favorite people.
You used to drag her to the tailgate at what time?
Well, she used to actually help me prep for the tailgate. You know, we used to do a little cheating in barbecue. I'm not going to break the rule. We used to boil some ribs to make them cook a little faster. She helped me do all that kind of fun stuff. We opened Craft Pita 6 years ago, actually this month.
Wild.
So for us, this is a big celebrating month, and to add this on to our list of accolades. You know, I was on Food Network last year, so we're just trying to really grow the business, and to be able to put the business in front of thousands and thousands of people at NRG every game is just going to be a huge honor for us, and to be next to some of my idols. And peers like Leonard at Truth Barbecue right next to us, and serve next to Hugo Ortega and Levi Good. Like, I mean, that's, for me, it's a really impressive company.
Then you throw in Bun B and the Philly Flats, and
yeah.
you just go down the list, right? You go down the list.
I just don't know. I mean, I hope people enjoy Craft Pita, but man, choosing Truth Barbecue or Trill Burger and Craft Pita, these are some nice options.
It is.
They sure are.
Airmark has done a fantastic job with this.
And every restaurant location, remember when you get out there, every single one has a story, like Rafi's story. I can imagine what it was like growing up and visiting your grandma in Lebanon and wandering through the olive trees in her orchard. I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful thing that you've taken this family tradition and created a business and a life out of it.
Definitely. My parents are not from America. My mother's from Peru. My dad's from Lebanon, but I'm as Texan as it gets. Nobody knows more about football or barbecue than me. So to be able to serve at NRG, it's really cool that, it's not about chicken tenders and burgers, which are both great. And obviously Chris's Tillet hot dogs, can't go wrong with those.
That's right.
But the fact that people have a little bit of variety to have an amazing experience at NRG just tells you, to Chris's point, how much they're investing in the experience.
I walked through a football stadium last spring and was just like, oh, it was in a different city. I was like, wow, we really have it great.
Totally.
Right.
Like I was like, I don't want to eat any of this.
Well, that's why we
Right,
want.
there's nothing local here. I don't want to spend my time here.
We want to get into the vote for NRG Stadium,
yeah.
right? Because USA Today is doing the best NFL food contest.
Yeah, so help Houston get on the map. By the way, sit tight. So Chris, Rafi, we're going to head into the kitchen in just a moment. But as we go to break, visit our website, HoustonLife.tv. Look for that scene on Houston Life section and vote for Houston because we got it going on.
That's right. And now I'm getting hungry. Chef Rafi is taking us into the kitchen for a taste of his new Texans menu. You're not going to go anywhere, right? Houston Life will be right back. It's going to be fun. Good job, guys.
We just get to sit and eat. Welcome back to Houston Life. So we have been chatting with Chef Nasr of Craft Pita and Chris Shepard all about the ways you can eat like a local at NRG Stadium.
It's gonna be good. Brand new this year, Craft Pita is joining places like Trill Burger, Truth Barbecue, and Philly Flats, serving up local eats to Texans fans. I have said, Derek, Chris, let me cook with Chef Rafi.
We're on the sidelines, okay?
The Pita Gallery, not the Peanut Gallery, the Pita Gallery. So you're going to give me a taste of some of the stadium menu. You take me through it because you're the pro that's in NRG Stadium.
Of course. So we have our chicken kebab rice bowl up here up front, along with our chicken kebab and gyro pita. But you're going to help me build these nachos.
Okay.
So we're going to start off. We got our pita chips right here. You're going to start off with some chicken kebab and some gyro. Just sprinkle a little bit.
Okay.
Be as liberal as you want,
Okay.
however much meat you want on there.
Okay.
And then we're going to put 3 different kinds of sauces, starting with some garlic aioli.
Okay.
So this is the nacho that you'll be doing at the stadium.
Yes, that's correct. So
Okay.
just little dots wherever
Little
you want.
dots.
Yeah, there
Whoa,
you go.
whoa.
Perfect.
Is it perfect?
Yeah.
Chris?
You're an artist.
Artistic. I like it.
And
Yeah.
Rafi, they're this big at the stadium?
Yes,
too?
we're going to do a
Jiminy
big
Christmas.
portion.
That's
Okay.
the serving size.
So now you're going to put our hot sauce.
Ooh, this is hot. Same thing, dots.
Same
or
thing, little
short?
dots. It's going to be a little runnier. There you go. But see,
Okay.
you're an artist. You know exactly what you're doing.
Wait, and is Tessa going to be making the nachos?
I think she's hired at the stadium.
I
I'm
can
hiring
go.
more people.
I
and
can
then
go.
a little bit of our cucumber yogurt.
Ooh, this
kind
is
of like a
yummy.
tzatziki, but this is a Lebanese version, a little fresher and less dill and less garlic.
I like a lot of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I would eat this like a soup.
you definitely can.
Like a soup.
All right.
Oh, look, pudding.
So we got our sauces on.
It smells so good.
It does.
We got our sauces, and then we're gonna add a little bit of color, a little bit of vegetables,
Yeah,
some
put some
lettuce.
because I'm making this side. This little side right here is for Derek.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, this little
a little bit
veggie
of
side.
tomatoes.
There you go, right
of
there
course,
for
it
Dee.
can't be nachos without some Texas pickled jalapenos,
That's
right?
right. You got to put the jalapenos. Oh, these I can tell.
They're my
these crunch.
favorite.
Yeah, I can tell these got a snap.
And this is going to be our Mediterranean nacho.
Ta-da!
A little bit of everything on there.
Awesome. That
Now,
looks beautiful.
The important part, we got to try and see how it tastes.
Okay,
right?
guys, I'm taking this before I give it to you. I don't care.
I like
Here you
that
go.
it doesn't have like all the cheese and all the.
Yeah, that's not
It's
that.
not like loaded down.
That the yellow cheese is not always my favorite either. But to each Texan their own.
I do love it, but this,
It's a nice little spin.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever had pita nachos before.
Right? So
Yeah.
I actually served this on my food truck over 13 years ago. I had a food truck when I was at TCU, and we never put on the Craft Pita menu. We might have to if it does well at the games, but for right now it's an NRG exclusive.
Oh my gosh, an exclusive, and we got to taste it here. That is, first of all, thank you so much,
course.
and congratulations. But hey, how are you going to watch the games? You're a big fan now. How are you going to work that out?
My goal is hopefully they're winning so much by the end of halftime that I can go and check on the games.
There you go. There you go.
Do we have time for a few more questions? Because I'm so curious. You have such hustle in you, Rafi. A food truck is a pain, especially in Houston. Oh my gosh, it's hot in there during the summer. What do you think has pushed you?
Yeah.
Aside from your sweet mom Claudia, who's behind the camera. I mean, where does this drive come from?
You know, I want to say it's a stereotypical Lebanese gene. You know, there's the notion that all Lebanese are entrepreneurs. I think that's part of it. You know, I saw what my family did when they came to this country. My mother was an entrepreneur, my dad was an entrepreneur, and I just want to, you know, grow and represent Lebanese culture to the best of my ability. And obviously there's a lot of stuff going on in the Middle East, and this is a great way to show the culture in a positive way and bring everybody together with food. And I think, you know, that's what Chris and I have always bonded over, and I think Chris is a great example of someone that shows how diverse Houston is.
Yeah.
And I think that Craft Pita is a great example of that.
Yeah.
And this is Tex-Med. We are doing a little fusion, you know?
When you throw
I
this
love it.
nacho down, that is 100% the definition of that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
Right.
good. It's a fusion. And Chris, to see him and what he says, the words that he has about you, I mean, do you have anything to add to that, about that chef community here in Houston?
I mean, we do it together as a community, right? We try to uplift each other, and that's always been the goal, right? Is to make sure that we're all having a seat at the table, that we can all have our conversations, that we can all be together. And food is the easiest way to have these conversations. If you're a little bit nervous, I don't know this style, I don't know these people, I don't know this culture, I don't know this. Have the food,
Right.
and then we can have the conversation,
Right.
right? And once you can have the food, if you can sit down and have some Tex-Med nachos at a Texans game, come on.
Yeah.
What's a better place to start having these conversations? Like all of a sudden, this is delicious. This reminds me of. This reminds me of. Okay, well now, Rafi, tell me more about it, right? And that's where this all happens.
Yeah.
And so you can start to really break down walls and things that you may be afraid of or may not be knowledgeable about through dining at a table.
Yeah. Hard to argue over
or at a stadium,
delicious food.
right? And that's the thing. Like at the stadium, there's so many different cultures, so much diversity that is in the stadium right there too. Like so, it's our city, and it's what's beautiful about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's really beautifully said. I can't even imagine how delicious your family dinners were growing up.
Oh, they're
Dad from
good.
Lebanon, mom from Peru, those flavors in that kitchen. Hey, by the way, again, visit our website, HoustonLife.tv, and vote for Houston when it comes to NFL stadiums. It's places like Craft Pita.
Let me see what you got. What you got? What you got?
Jersey, Rafi Nasr and Chris Shepard, you guys are awesome. Check out Craft Pita game days at NRG or any day of the week at one of their locations in Briar Grove or West University.
And congrats once again.
Thank you, guys.
big
Go
time.
Texans.
Go Texans. We'll see you on TV on Saturday.
You
If
will.
Like a local.
You will.
All right, turn